That's a 1-2-3 curve. Do I keep Greyheart Sage? Probably.
They will never catch me. Time grows short.
That's a lot of card draw.
The fires of vengeance burn bright.
I think I take 2 damage here to draw 2 cards next turn.
A cruel fate awaits you in the ashes.
First
I think I coin out a 1 here.
In the shadows.
Looks like I probably need some help trading next turn.
hide behind yourselves. I will still find you.
Oh, Backstab is a really nice draw. I was starting to wonder if I had to do some Eviscerate nonsense this turn.
A cruel fate awaits
But yeah,
you in the
Backstab helps a lot. So I guess we're sending a 3-1 into this, because 3-1 dies wherever it goes.
Face your fate. Face your fate.
Maybe I could have sent the 3-5 into the 3-5. And then value trade with the 3-3, send the 3-1 face. My board was way weaker to Altruist if I did that. Probably not willing to dagger into the 2-1. Although I have seen 2 Chaos Strikes. But, I mean, we're getting up to... Well, I guess Metamorphosis doesn't really matter, I would die to that anyway. But we're getting up to, like, Warglaves and Glaive-bound Adept. So I probably don't want to take this 2 damage. I could still go Mukla Dagger here, though, and double value trade.
Face your fate. Face your fate.
It was actually more damage over 2 turns to just trade off the Pharaoh Cat and go face with the 3. But I'm not actually sure how much longer this game is going to be lasting. It might last a while. Oh, or maybe it's over this turn. 10, 15...
Face your fate. Face your fate.
Sure hope I know how to do math, yeah. Wow. What is my record against Demon Hunter? Am I favored? Does my deck win this matchup? How the fuck am I 5-1 against Demon Hunter? What? There's no way that's right.
Valera versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory.
Watch your back.
None of these cost 1 or 2 mana. None of these cost 1 or 2 mana. Hey, a 1-drop. That's what we like to see. That's a pretty decent curve filler as well. Now can I hit any 2-drop for next turn? Nope. I don't think there's much reason to hit with my dagger, because it looks like my next several turns I'm locked up on mana.
Is it cold in the shadows?
Probably not much I want to freeze in this matchup, and the 4-3 lines up pretty well against the 2-5. So I can use the Burrowing Scorpid here. I'm probably better off just playing this though. Maybe I can Burrowing Scorpid. Well, I guess I picked up another stealth minion for my Greyheart Sage, so it doesn't really matter that much. Maybe the Scorpion just shoots him in the face for 2 though. That's kind of annoying, but I'm definitely happy I played this instead of the Scorpid here. Alright, let's see if he can answer the Mortuary Machine. I think Imprisoned Homunculus might indicate that he's Highlander. So he's probably got a Shadow or Death and a Zephyrus. Have to trade into this, unfortunately. Seems like a good spot for the Burrowing Scorpid, though. I guess I can use an Ash Tongue Slayer to keep this alive. It's probably fine, but let's start by drawing 2.
Waits you in the ashes.
Oh, Maiev. I think I have Maiev here, right?
I am the iron hand of the race.
So he's looking for Soul Mirror. I probably do lose to that card. Shadow or Death to deal 3 damage isn't too bad. Oh god. Why didn't he play that first to give it Reborn? What an idiot. So I've got Backstab, this guy, Dagger, 11 damage here. Sucks, because then I'm going to have to deal with this next turn.
Face your fate.
Could bump here to give this thing +2 attack. But then it dies to Breath of the Infinite. And I just like immediately miss 1 damage anyway. Doesn't really seem worth it. So this comes back, puts him at 10 basically, 12, 8, 9, 10. I think I only have to play one of my stealth minions here. I guess I'll just play both though. If he couldn't clear on turn 7, he's not going to be able to clear on turn 8 usually. Alright, let's see if I have any guaranteed lethals. Oh, I think I found one. I could have Ash Tongue Slayered this, it one-shots here. Backstab, hit, dagger. Probably didn't have a guaranteed lethal there without the eviscerate. Hard to say though.
Valera versus Illidan. This ends now.
Watch your back.
Slow hand. Probably can't afford to be slow against Demon Hunter.
Fires of vengeance burn bright.
Well, at least I wasn't wasting my mana last turn making this dagger. So I really only missed my 1-drop, and I had a backstab to counter his 1-drop anyway, so maybe I'm not in too terrible of a spot.
Unleash foe. I am the iron hand of the waves.
I'm gonna have to deal with that 4/4 again eventually, but I just needed to play a minion here.
All I see is weakness. We're with you. A quick death.
Unfortunately, I think I have to trade with that Battle Fiend before it gets too big.
Demons. Demons. Now I am complete.
Well, I guess value trading here looks pretty good when he has this hero power. Seems like going face, and then just having him deal 5 to my tiger was kind of shitty. But maybe I liked the 5 damage enough to do that.
Alas, poor warlock.
You gonna let my 5/1 hit him in the face? I guess he could draw... Well, I mean, that stuff costs 0 mana potentially, so he could draw a lot of stuff. I'm not sure how he's supposed to deal with this.
Do you see what must be done? Alas, poor warlock. They will never catch me.
If he can kill my 7/5 here, I'm deleting Hearthstone from my computer.
Is it cold in the shadows?
Nice try, Demon Hunter.
Valera versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Watch your back.
Mortuary Machine's probably pretty good against Mage, but I don't think I can keep it with no smaller curve. Probably just Ash Tongue Slayer next turn to hit him for 5. Need to find a 3-drop, but most of my deck costs 3 or less. Hate to see it.
What to do? What to do?
Not a great Scorpid, but whatever.
Here we go.
Still a 5/2 that dealt 2. Oh, my 5-power minion gets to go face.
Here we go.
Wow. He's just dead next turn pretty often. But there are obviously ways he can prevent that. And that's not it. Okay.
Deal with them.
My opponent played 2 cards that game. Well, I guess he played the side quest as well.
Valera versus Valera.
Watch your back. I always do.
Mortuary Machine's not that good against Rogue, is it? I mean, if he doesn't have Blackjack Stunner, it's pretty powerful. I guess I'll keep it and see how it does against Rogue. I haven't played this matchup much. Coin an 8/8 into another 8/8? It's pretty hard to deal with. Come on, any 3-drop. That's not good. But my opponent's opener has also been slow. I do think if we both go slow, though, it favors him. Assuming he's playing like Galakrond Rogue.
So many options.
Alright. So my turns are Machine into Tiger into Vagrant. And he currently doesn't have a secret up for Blackjack Stunner. The worst case scenario this turn, which is actually pretty likely given how this game is played out, is Shield of Galakrond. But even that's not too bad. I actually didn't even think about backstabbing that and trading with my 3/5. I think this was better, though. Maybe I actually should have Tigered this turn, since I could be getting flicked. I didn't put enough thought into this turn for sure. Looks like I'm not getting flicked, though. Oh, that kills both of my 8/8s as well, though. Yeah, I think I was supposed to backstab and trade with the 3/5. Oh well. At least this backstab I didn't play earlier is pretty good here.
Nightfall! Is it cold in the shadows?
That's one way to deal with a Cursed Vagrant.
Not too soon.
Good ol' Eviscerate lethal. I think this is my rank 3 game. Hell yeah, rank 3. Let's go, Sir Finley. Yesterday, I brought you my Idiot Rogue, which started out being 10 and 9. And I'm happy to report that after playing it some more today, the record is up to 19 and 14, which is a 58% win rate, so it's actually starting to look pretty reasonable. And that 19 and 14 record somehow contains a 7 and 2 against Demon Hunter. Just looking at this deck, I would not have guessed it's favored against Demon Hunter. And maybe it's not once you get to a higher sample size, but I thought it was worth mentioning. So maybe Idiot Rogue is actually a real deck? Mortuary Machine did perform surprisingly well. Although something I didn't necessarily anticipate is just how terrible it is against Faceless Corruptor. But overall, it performed surprisingly well. Cursed Vagrant feels like maybe a little bit too expensive for the deck. But when you get it down, sometimes it just ends games on its own. So still feels like a powerful card. As far as the rest of the deck goes, the stealth package felt pretty good. Ashtongue Slayer was usually just 3 damage to end the game, but in a pinch it's a Bloodfin Raptor, so I think it is pretty good. Probably better than Cold Blood, even though most of the times I played it, it was a worse Cold Blood, but like in the other situations, it's so much better than Cold Blood that I do think it's a good inclusion in the deck. I was a little bit skeptical of Greyheart Sage, because we just kind of curve out, play a big thing every turn, but still, drawing 2 cards seems pretty useful. Especially if you're drawing into, like, Backstabs, because Backstab is, as always, like the best card in the Rogue deck. Plus, sometimes your draws are a little bit clunky, and the Greyheart Sage can help you find a turn 4 or something along those lines. The Burrowing Scorpids also performed pretty well. They usually got to kill something and deal 5 damage. In fact, I can't really complain about anything in this deck underperforming. Maybe like the Bone Chewer Brawler is a little bit out of place, but I didn't feel like I had enough 2s without it, although we do have the Rogue Dagger, which is pretty insane. Maiev seemed like it wasn't performing as well as I had hoped. Usually it seems like Frozen Shadow Weaver's better, but I don't know what I would play over Maiev. It would probably have to be another 4-drop. One 4-drop I was considering is Escaped Mana Saber, because it's just like pretty good on its own and has some stealth synergies. There's not too much to ramp into, but even if your turn 5 is just like Mortuary Machine and then you get to play a 1-drop or something, maybe Escaped Mana Saber is pretty good. Evasive Feywing is a 4-drop that's pretty hard to deal with. I actually considered playing Disguised Wanderer, but I'm not sure how much of a meme that is. 9-1 is freaking huge. But overall, I think Maiev is probably going to perform better than those, but there's certainly some stuff you could play around with in the Maiev slot. Or maybe you don't need a 4-drop, maybe you cut Maiev for like another Pharaoh Cat. Or maybe you cut the Bone Chewer Brawler for another Pharaoh Cat. Or maybe you do that, but then instead of Pharaoh Cats, play Blazing Battle Mage. I could see that being reasonable. As long as the change you're making involves playing something pretty big on curve, I think it's a reasonable thing to mess around with.